We're back at it with another season of the Road to the Show.
With the MLB draft already underway, a young prospect shares his expectations with a former coach.
Carlos, you lived that in your baseball career. What's this world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing?
I'm checking the numbers, I'm talking to my sources, to my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
What? Are you kidding me? This is who we are drafting? You must be crazy. He is a career minor leaguer. He's not a major league player. We wasted a draft pick, a high one at that. Here, this is why we don't win. This is a terrible, terrible pick. Oh, my goodness gracious. Come on, fellas. Do your work. Do some research. Awful, awful selection. I hate this pick.
For so many players from Latin American countries in particular who sign as international free agents or even through the draft, their transition.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Some Double-A baseball coming at you. It's the Portland Sea Dogs and the Harrisburg Senators.
Ladies and gentlemen,
first pitch coming at you right after the break.
Harrisburg Senators.
Ready to go. And on the mound now, Joe Brandom. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, just a three-pitch mix in his arsenal, which, it's not a lot for a starter. So always very important for him to have a good feel and command all three. Sometimes you can make that three look like four if you add or subtract a little bit of velocity on one. But, one thing about it, it can be easy to get too predictable out there on the mound. So hitters are aware of that. Mixing those three pitches in all counts is going to be a big key for him in this one.
Here we go, boys.
Next offering is down low.
Just the third pitch of the night, and already a little question on the strike zone of the umpire in this one.
Next one misses. Now 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
No one out now. No one out.
Kicks and fires. There's a strike.
We got 3-2.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
And the batter now, number 26. First offering misses the mark. The pitch. And there's a ball. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Swing and a miss. 2-1 now. Rafaela gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And now it's filled up. And a swing and a miss. One gone here. So there's his first strikeout in Double-A. And he's hoping that's the type of stuff that could get him to the big leagues.
And one of the keys for pitchers at this level is being aggressive. You know, Double-A, they say, is a springboard to the big leagues. So showing that you're not afraid to go after guys, throw strikes, get punch outs. If he can do that down here in the minors, he'll move up the ladder in no time.
The pitch. Squirts away a little bit, and the runner stays where he is. And the righty deals. And fouled off.
And we got one out here.
Righty delivers. Good eye right there.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Righty to the plate. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
So here we go again with the walks. It's been a real struggle finding the zone for him in the past. Now, even if they get out of this jam, these walks add pressure and stress to the entire team.
Next to hit, Cameron Cannon.
Count 1-0.
Two on, 1 out. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Come on, guys.
The pitch. Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. Well done behind the dish. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. 2 away.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Michael Geddes takes one off the outside here. Next pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
First and second, 2 down. And that's ball 4.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
2 outs, bases full. Digging in, number 10. First offering misses badly for ball 1.
2 down now.
2 outs. In the dirt, but kept close. Runners hold. Count moves to 2-0. And a pitch. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. The pitch comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In plenty of time to first. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Half inning complete. We've got no score. Back here at the ballpark, top of the second. Now it's the right fielder, Nick Decker.
Leading it off, the right fielder, Nick. Nobody here, nobody.
The wind of the pitch. Check swing, and he held up.
He needs a quick 1-2-3 this time around. Last inning, threw a lot of pitches.
And he flips a breaking ball in there, or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it, whatever it was.
And now the count is even. And now the count filled up 3-2. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. So up next, Brandon Howlett. Next offering is down low. 1-0.
Hey, roll up here now.
In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. And he deals.
Nope, that's a ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
No one down here.
And the 3-0 finds the zone. Kicks and deals. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
And here is Charlie Madden. Next pitch downstairs. Ball 1. And the right-hander deals. And a swing and a miss there. Next offering is outside. Decker over at second. Howlett on at first with nobody out.
Hey, come on, guys, let's go. Gotta hold him.
The next pitch misses, and the count is 3-1. Now he steps off. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
Oh, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
All right, here we go now.
Rafaela in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs, one hitter at a time.
And a pitch. In the dirt. No movement on the bases. 1-2 the count. Next pitch misses. And the count is 2-2.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Second inning here, no score. That one misses, and that'll bring home a run.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Number 26 now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Oh, and 1 now. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And a ball evens the count.
Hey, let's go right here.
And a pitch. Oh, he hit him, and that brings home a run.
Definitely a problem with the release point there, and it just comes back to bite them. They're going to get away from you at times, but you just can't let it happen with the bases loaded. That's a painful RBI for the hitter.
Number 23, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
No outs. Let's turn two here.
And that one handled. No throw, and they've got him loaded, nobody out. And now the shortstop, Cameron Cannon. This one in the dirt. Runners stay put. That's ball 1. And the 1-0.
2-0.
No outs.
Bases juiced, no outs. Again with a pitch out. And now he steps off the rubber.
Ground ball right here. Let's turn 2.
Here's a 3-0. Ball 4. And a run comes in to score.
It all just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Got nobody, no one down here.
Let's roll 2.
Geddes batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Bases loaded, nobody out. Next pitch in the dirt, and the count is 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
And down on strikes he goes. 1 out in the second. Number 10 digs in now.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And that one gets away at the plate. No movement on the base. It's ball 1. The 1-0. Number 26 at third. Number 23 at second. Number 50 over at first with 1 away. Steps on the bag for 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. 9 men come to the plate. 4 score. Welcome back onto the third inning. And now Nick Decker. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is. And it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
That hits the dirt, and 1-1. And here it comes. Next offering misses down and away.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
The next offering misses. And now 3-1. And he walked him.
They just keep handing out gifts, Boog. Were we supposed to bring something?
Singy, I think just our presence is the present. Howlett tries to hold up, appeal to first, and he went around. That's ruled a swing. 0-1. Good eye right there.
I got 1 ball, 1
Hey,
strike.
this is ground ball right here. Here we go.
And a pitch. And it's fouled away. Next pitch is downstairs. Runner at first with no outs here. in the dirt.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Joe Random won't go any further. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Pitching change here, Gerardo Carrillo. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Well, this is kind of wild, sloppy game. Close finish. A lot of errors. Defense made this one really unpredictable, but they'll take the win. They'll try to clean things up defensively for the next one.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Our final line score. First for the victorious Sea Dogs. 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors. They left 14 runners on base.
A minor league pitching coach offers advice to a new member of his staff.
Improving your reaction time in the field can take you from defensive liability to game changer. 2008 Gold Glove Award winner Carlos Pena joins me. Carlos, what are some ways to improve your reaction time in the field and up your defensive game?
You know, there's a big misconception here. People talk about, hey, fielding is all about having great hands, but it starts at your feet. It's footwork. So how do you improve that footwork? That first step is you always have to be in motion. So get going towards the pitch, towards the plate, expecting a play. You're going to be quicker. You're going to have a quick first step, but you always have to be in motion.
It wasn't a perfect outing for him on the bump the last time out. He did take the loss, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I'm joined by MLB Network analyst Ron Darling. And Ron, for a pitcher, there is a temptation to get inside your own head after a loss. How do you make sure that one bad start doesn't turn into a skid?
Listen, no one wants to lose. But those things will happen to anyone at any age. I remember after 2 or 3 bad starts in the major leagues, I asked my pitching coach, what am I doing wrong? He said, you're not doing anything wrong. The other team is trying too. And I think that's a good thing to keep in perspective, is just work on your craft, get better at your craft, be more consistent, that every single time you go out there, you're at your best, the best version of yourself. And after that, just let it fly.
A player new to his Double-A squad gets a tip from one of his coaches.
In the professional ranks, players have to develop not just on the field, but in the weight room as well. For so many prospects, they come in and they have areas of their game that need significant work, whether it's contact, as you noted, or fielding. There's always something that can be tweaked and improved. What was the day that you realized, oh, there's something that I want to add, something that I need to really develop? There's so many different ways for a pitcher to succeed. Not everybody gets by as a flamethrower.
We welcome you inside Oak Street Park. Double-A baseball on the show coming your way. It's the Harrisburg Senators and the Bowie Bay Sox.
And now,
all right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
Bay Sox.
Bottom of the first. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gunnar Henderson.
Leading off for the Bay Sox, the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Hey, nobody on.
The pitch. That misses the zone. Ball one. Left-hand batter waits. And another ball.
Was it one, huh?
Here comes a pitch. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Number 46 in position and makes the grab. One up, one down.
Batting second, the center fielder, Reed Trimble.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Reed Trimble.
One away.
And first offering is fouled off.
Let's go.
Kicks and fires. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. So a man aboard now with one away. So digging in, number 56.
The left fielder, number 56.
Oh, and now a wild pitch. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Trimble stands at first with one out. And now it's even up.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
In the dirt, blocked. Nice job behind the plate there. Pitch misses there, and now 3-1. And there's ball four.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
And now here is number 21. Next offering is down low. And that's ball one.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Fellas, let's go.
And he steps off. And a foul ball. Runners at first and second with one gone. The pitch. Curve in the dirt. Kicks away. Got him looking. Two gone.
Oh, that was such a great opportunity to grab the lead. You had the infield back. All you've got to do is just put the ball in play on the ground, and you drive across a run. It's a frustrating outcome for the hitter. Now, I'll still have a chance, but it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
And now number 12. In the first pitch, misses for ball 1.
Down here.
On the ground. Base hit. 1 run in already. Another comes in to score. It's 2-0.
Well, he had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield, and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Yusniel Diaz now. Squirts away a little bit, throws down to first, but he wasn't going anywhere.
Here we go right now, fellas.
Next offering misses. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
And now he steps off the rubber. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. That just missed. He walked him on 4 pitches.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner into scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
Kobe Mayo at the plate now as he chases after that one. And now the 0-1. There's a strike. The pitch. Smash to the left side. They take the force out. 3rd out. And welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Cody Roberts.
The catcher, Cody Roberts.
Random back to work. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
He needs a quick 1-2-3 this time around. Last inning, threw a lot of pitches.
Righty delivers. And that's downstairs and outside. Singy, he wasn't real sharp in the first, got hit around, but really more so, didn't throw a ton of strikes.
Well, he's just got to find a way to settle down. He was clearly fighting himself out there, not really finding the strike zone, walking batters. So we'll see if he can get back on track and fill up the zone a little bit more.
Zips it across, and a quick out, number 1.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
Mason McCoy at the plate now.
Hey, we got one.
Looks at one down below the zone. The Y to kick the pitch. That misses the zone, and that's ball 2.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Next pitch is in the dirt, and that's ball 3. And the righty deals. And that's ball 4.
Take your base.
Back to the top of the lineup. And here is Gunnar Henderson.
Ball 4, take the base. He's out. Ball four. Extra base. He's third. He's out. 3. Out. Three. That's ball four. 3. He's out. 3. Out. You're out. 3. He's out.
Well, a tight 2-1 ball game. Classic pitching and defense in this game. A lot of good execution, and neither team really beat themselves by way of mistakes. But ultimately, it came down to 1 or 2 key plays to make the difference for the win.
And your final score here today, 2-1 for Chris.
It's easy to forget sometimes how challenging it is for any prospect to make it all the way to the major leagues. Sean Casey is with me today. Case, what are some of the challenges that fans might not understand from the outside?
Well, it's funny. When I talk to players that are just getting into pro ball and haven't played 12 years in the big leagues myself, I always say, how come 90-some% of minor leaguers don't play a day in the big leagues, right? And why is it so hard? And I always say, listen, because
it's important for pitchers early on in their development to realize that
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Did I hear bust anybody? Let's reset the button here.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them.
we're checking in on one of my diamond in the rough.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Baseball players are notoriously a superstitious crowd. Kellen Lee with me. Kellen, we've talked before about normalizing routines to help drive success. What is the difference between routine and superstition?
Yeah, sometimes players use superstitions and routines interchangeably.
A manager checks in with his ball club. An agent needs to check in from time to time to make sure his client is happy with his situation. A savvy agent will engender confidence in his client, confidence that he has a world of possibilities at his fingertips. But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actualities.
As competitive as professional baseball is, sometimes choices off the field can affect how you perform on the field. Rachel, there are so many things that can trip you.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Of course, it's not always by choice that a pitcher adds a new pitch to the repertoire. Sometimes it's by necessity, which happened to you in your MLB career, correct?
Yes, it did. In 1987, I broke my thumb in a game. And the next spring training,
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them.
The grind of Double-A is a well-documented ordeal, and many prospects don't make it past that level because they just can't find enough consistency to succeed. Cliff, what is the key to getting that consistency you need to succeed at the AA level?
Work is the key to everything. If you're willing to work and put in the effort and make sure that you stay.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
We are a week away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline, and we're joined by MLB Network insider John Paul Morosi. JP, the trade deadline captures the imagination like few other points in the season. What makes it such an exciting time of year?
When Pavarotti sang Nessun Dorma, which means no one sleeps, he was talking about the trade deadline. He was talking about people like me at the trade.
A AA manager has called one of his young players in for a quick word. The word is good. Within 48 hours, this player will be...
Exciting times as one of my diamond in the rough players gets the call up to AAA. And of course, few things get fans as amped as players with limitless potential. He is really starting to flash. Mental performance coach Kellen Lee joins me now. Kellen, how do you help players deal with expectations that come with promotions?
Well, first of all, this is a really exciting time for him getting that call up. But
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. AAA action coming at you on the show. It's the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders taking on the Rochester Red Wings. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. And pitching here today, Joe Brandom.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Next pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 2. Kicks and deals. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Lipka settles under this one. And there's one down. Here's Ender Enciarte. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Hey, you got one.
And that's in there at the knees. Left-hand hitter waits. Strike 2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
One down, base is empty. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Here we go, guys.
Next offering in the dirt, and it's 3-2. The wind of the pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. No score, just getting started, top of the first. And he walked him.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
One out.
Here is Gleyber Torres. First offering misses the mark. Looking at Torres, have to say he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
No question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
The pitch. In the dirt. Now the tag at third, and they got him. 3-0 down. And a 4-pitch walk.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a full scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Here's Miguel Andujar.
Count 1-0. He's safe. Three. He's out. Three. Ball 4. Take your base. He's out. Ball 4. Take your base. He's out. Three. 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 He's out. Three. 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 He's out. Three. Three. Out. Out. Three. He's out. Three. He's safe. That's ball 4. Ball 4. Take the base. Out. Three. Ball 4. Take the base.
Well, you take a tie ball game into the ninth on the road, you know that you've got some work to do. You got to score, but then you've also got to get 3 outs in the bottom half of that inning. They did just that today. Very well played ball game. Get this win on the road. Everybody's happy with the W.
And you're fine. In our entire
We are getting closer day by day to the trade deadline, and that means that top prospects could be on the move. I'm joined today by Carlos Pena. And Carlos, when you were on your way up the ladder to the majors, did you ever notice the chatter around the trade deadline?
Oh, absolutely. It's almost impossible to ignore it. And the thing is this, you can't control it, so why even worry about it? But it's easier said than done. I mean, you have to really focus in your game, staying within your approach, and not let all that noise distract you. At the end of the day, you're really playing for the entire major leagues, and you have to understand that no one is untouchable. I was the #1 prospect for Texas when I got traded to Oakland. I was the #1 prospect for Oakland when I got traded to Detroit. So you can be in the move at any time. Play your game and forget about the things that are just out of reach as far as controlling them.
Did I hear this right? Triple-A? 1 step from the big leagues? Really? Because he had a nice month in the Double-A level? Oh, my goodness. Now it gets to his head, and if he has a bad day, he's going to think he's back in Double-A. And if he has a good day, he's going to wait for the manager to call him into his office to say he's been promoted to the show. Oh, my goodness, that's a little quick, will you please? Let him be seasoned a little more in Double-A before you do this. I hate this move. Sometimes the closer you get to the major league level, the harder it is. And here's the situation we got right now. He's been up at the Triple-A, great in Double-A. He's done nothing.
When players start producing, especially early in their career, fans can't help but compare them to MLB stars of the past and present, trying to get a comp. Ken Griffey Jr., the Hall of Famer, joins me. Ken, how hard... Ron, what does the situation dictate when it comes to pitch location when you have runners on versus when the bases are empty?
Well, I think the most important thing, especially for people that are just learning how to pitch, is you have to have a go-to. And it could be a curveball, it could be a split finger, it could be a changeup, but most of the time it's a fastball. Can you, with the pressure on, 50,000 people cheering...
We're back on the Road to the Show podcast with MLB Network analyst Ron Darling. And Ron, before we took a break, you mentioned that while it's important for a pitcher to focus in on the bat, he has been on a hot streak lately, really impressing the organization. I'm joined by mental performance coach Kellen Lee. Kellen, how do you work with a player like this while they're on a hot streak without not... Ron, what goes into scouting your next opponent, and why is it so critical?
In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity.
Carlos, for so many prospects, that first full season can be exhausting.
With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand.
Well, we spoke earlier with Kellen Lee, mental performance coach, about superstitions in baseball, and now let's get a player perspective on it. Joe Mauer, the former American League MVP. Joe, your teammate for so much of your career, Justin Morneau, was notoriously superstitious. What were some of the things that he did pregame?
Oh, my goodness. Where do I start? He had a few of them. I remember he had an old hockey jersey T-shirt that he wore under his uniform for every game. And after about 150 games, that jersey wasn't looking too well. So he would wear it, and he was convinced that that was contributing to his performance on the field. So, you know, I was all for it. I was making sure that T-shirt was ready to go each and every night. But he would have a lot of different ones on how he prepared his meals, and we had teammates making different shakes for him before the game at certain times. So we just wanted to make sure the big man felt good and felt good going into the game.
Welcome to Statesman Park, AAA baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Rochester Red Wings taking on the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. First pitch coming your way next.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Rider.
Just a little bit away from first pitch. And today's starter, Matt Sauer.
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all 4 of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with 3 if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the second and third time through the order. So we'll see how he incorporates all of his stuff into this one.
Everson Pereira stands in now and lets that one go for a strike. The 0-1. That one missed.
The count's 1-1.
Hey, come on now. Here we go.
Pitch in the dirt, and a count 2-1. And that skips in the dirt.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Ground ball up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. 1 up, 1 down. Number 9 getting ready to hit.
Here we go, guys.
That one fouled off. The wind and the pitch. Oh, and he hit him.
Well, this has the potential to fire up the offense. Only 1 out and now a base runner on first. You've got to stay out of a double play if you're going to make something happen here.
Anthony Santander stands in now, looks at that one inside. Next one misses. 2-0.
Hey, what away?
Next offering is fouled back. Here's a 2-1. He swings and fouls one off. Number 9, the base runner at first with 1 out. The next pitch misses, and it's 3-2. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Here's Kevin Pillar. Now he steps off to reset. A very surprising intentional walk here from the dugout.
Ball 4, take the win. That's ball 4. He's out. That hit him. First base. That hit him. He's got first. 3. He's out. Ball 4, take the base. Ball 4, take the base. 3. He's out. That's ball 4. 3. Ball 4. Take your base. 3. He's out. 3. 3. He's out. 3. He's out.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Guys can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
Tire out.
He recently got the call to AAA, and he is now within shouting distance of the major leagues. But for now, he'll have to prove that he can compete and excel at this AAA level. Jonathan Mayo of MLB Pipeline is here with me today. How does AAA prepare a player for the majors in a way that AA doesn't?
Yeah, I think it's changed a lot in recent years. They used to always say that if you could compete at AA, you could play in the big leagues.
We know a variety of things can contribute to a player's success at any level of baseball. But what about channeling emotions? We've got mental performance coach Kellen Lee with us. Kellen, how do you help a player channel their emotions to be more effective on the field?
Yeah, this is where mental performance coaching becomes really fun, where you ask a player, in that particular situation, what specific emotion would you ideally want?
The phrase "well played Maurer" from the advertising campaigns for MLB The Show has gone down in history with the fans of the game as one of the most beloved phrases associated with it. How often do you have people walking up to you?
The pitching staff is pressed to step up their game.
When you get to the AAA level, you know exactly how close you are to making the major leagues. Sean Casey, you know more than a little about that. You only had to spend 20 games.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors.
We're really starting to see some hints of what he could become on the mound. He has been stellar in his latest pitching performances. Al Leiter is...
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs.
At the AAA level, a lot of your teammates are guys who have been to the show.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has AAA baseball for you. It's the Rochester Red Wings taking on the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. First pitch coming at you right after the break.
When you win by 7 runs, it's a real encouraging game all the way around. The hitters feel good about to a little bit of.
Well, it hasn't been all roses for him lately. He's been scuffling a little bit, and sometimes that light at the end of the tunnel can seem pretty darn dim. Jim Callis of MLB Pipeline is with me. Jim, there are so many players who struggle at times on their way to the majors. How do they move past it to success?
You just have to be mentally tough. It's easier said than done because a lot of times when you haven't faced adversity, when you face it for the first time, you don't know how to deal with it. You know, it's tough. But I can just think back, you know, when I first got into this business covering prospects, Chipper Jones was the #1 overall pick in the draft, and Todd Van.
This team's pitchers are being challenged to ask more of themselves.
Carlos, you played in AAA on your way to the majors, and I got to think, as a fan, it's got to be so exciting being right on the doorstep, knowing that...
A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement.
This young player has been flying up prospect.
The pitching staff is pressed to step up their game.
This is a guy we've talked about before, and he's getting a lot more.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
His rise just keeps on going. He's made a name for himself as a pitching prospect.
A manager admonishes his pitching staff for giving a...
Guys, you've heard me talk before about what a bright future this young player has. He's open.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Well, as prospects make their way up the minor league ranks, there are a lot of obstacles they have to deal with, and not all of them are on the field. Jim Callis of MLB Pipeline joins me today, and Jim...
In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity. Sometimes dreams do come true. This player is about to get the chance to see if he's...
And it's got to be so exciting for him as it is for every young player who gets the call for that very first time. Case, you've been there. You know what it's like. What is your memory of being called up to the majors for the first time?
Greatest moment of my life. I mean, really, like, I remember I just hit the home run to win the AAA championship in Buffalo. And it was just, that was unbelievable in itself. And I came in the clubhouse afterwards, and Mark Shapiro at the time was the minor league director. Brian Graham was the coach. And they said, hey, congratulations, Case. That's awesome. I'm like, oh, it's so great. We're popping the champagne. I'm getting ready to go home the next day. And next thing you know, they're like, you're getting called up to the big leagues tomorrow. Your season's not over. You're going to meet the team in Chicago. And I remember running out to get on a payphone because there's no cell phones. And I called my mom and dad and said, Dad, Mom, I just hit a home run to win the AAA championship, and I just got called to the big leagues in a matter of like 15 minutes, you know? And so it was one of those things where